for tuning into GH Talk. I hope you enjoyed your weekend and that your week is off to a fabulous start. I've been MIA on discussing our favorite soap, but know, trust, and believe I will always make time for General Hospital. And again, thank you so much for joining me. So let's get into this. Alexis Davis has been freed from her prison cell. What the hell was that? I don't even know. It just looked like a recreation center to me. She ran into Dante at the hospital and he was asking her, do you really think that you have truly answered for your crimes? Honey, you owned up to it. If they wanted to let you go early, then that's their business. Your ass just need to stay focused on not drinking again, okay? Because your drinking ends up damn near murdering people, okay? So stop it. I'm glad that Willow and Harmony had a chance to talk. I can understand, and Willow has every right to be distant with this woman after everything that Harmony has done. But I truly believe that Harmony wants to have a mother-daughter relationship and to know her grandson. I could see these two having a great mother-daughter relationship down the line. I hope that they continue in that direction because Willow does need family outside of just the Corinthos clan. She needs her own connection to her mother, and Wiley should know his other grandmother. He has 3 grandmothers, isn't that? Yeah, he certainly does. Speaking of his grandmothers, honey, we have to talk about this Sonny, Nina, Carly thing. Before we get that far, I just want to say I am in full support of Michael Corinthos. I don't know what's gotten into him the last few months, especially, you know, with what Brad did, but I am so here for him coming for Nina for what she actually did, okay? He is the only one with enough sense to have her charged for a crime that she actually committed. Now, whether or not it's really going to go to the point where she's going to serve some jail time, which I highly doubt it, okay? You know how they do those celebrities and stuff like that, you know, time served or some bull crap, or you're going to be on probation, but I still believe that he did the right thing, that Nina should not just be able to walk away from this without a scratch on her, because she going around, she was talking to Sean at Charlie's like, oh, I'm the pariah, so I got to come to Charlie's. Don't nobody want to hear that. Sean just ain't been around too much, okay? What is your problem? You act like these folks owe you or something like that. I'm glad that she didn't walk up into the Metro Court, because after that little scene that she had with Carly and still insisting that Carly was the reason why Nell died, oh my Lord, and it would be great if Sonny would have that dialogue with her if she ever comes out of her mouth to him in regards to Nell and Carly. Because if I remember correctly, Nell drugged Sonny, causing him to believe that they had sex.
You drugged me? You drugged me?
And then it caused a rift between him and Carly just for it have not been the truth. So Nell has done her fair share of damage to all of them. So now Sonny owns Charlie's. Phyllis is going to stay and manage, which I believe the fans, we all were saying, hey, I think that's something that she should definitely do. Nina, you know what you're doing. We see you, girl. We see you. Sonny, she ain't no good. Remember that. No matter what you felt, it was all built on a lie that she was keeping from you. No matter what feelings you caught for her, that doesn't mean that Nina doesn't have good qualities. But the main thing is that she's self-serving. Nina was in there, of course, after the whole agreement between Sonny and Phyllis. And she's sitting there going like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to find someplace else to go. I can't even come here now that you own it. I mean, you know, you told me to stay away from Carly, remember? Look, I see where he's coming from. He's really trying his best to navigate through this. What I don't agree with is him not telling Carly the entire truth of what happened. Carly and Jason were very transparent about what their relationship was in his absence and why it almost came to the point where they had sex. I mean, at that point, they were man and wife. They were just moving forward with their lives, but they did not hold back. They were honest, because that's just the type of friendship that they have. I'm not really sure why Sonny is wanting to keep this part of it from Carly other than to protect her, but in the end, I'm just wondering how it's all gonna come out. That's the big boom that I think all of us is waiting for. Sonny is trying his best. Sonny, stop explaining yourself. All you should have told her was, yeah, I guess you and Phyllis gonna have to hang out someplace else because my wife and my kids are probably gonna come up in here sometimes and you don't need to be in their face. You and Phyllis could meet at not even at Crimson. I don't know, at your house. Where do you live? Sonny had a conversation with Mrs. Wu as well about Brad and how his parole hearing is coming up. Michael, I appreciate how assertive he was and how he was like, look, I'm talking as Wiley's father, not just as your son. And I'm not going to manipulate anything, but remember, it's my influence, okay? And if he comes within a block of me and my son, oh, hell hath no fury like Michael Corinthos. The third. I love the man that Michael has grown into. Him and Willow are cute, and I like that they're going strong. She's the most solid relationship he's had in his adult life. Like, let's be real on that. Another moment this week that Sonny had was with Spencer. Spencer has been going through a lot, and let me just say, I do not agree with what Spencer did to Avery, but I am team Spencer, okay? Nicholas, you are trash. You are trash. And that talk that Sonny had with him, like, you have to work for it. You have to earn it. Everything was just given to him. So I'm glad that he's going to have to learn that quality, and it's going to make him a much better person. I look at Ava and Nicholas and I'm like, you two are the adults in the situation, and you both have betrayed this young man. And then when he acts out due to your betrayal towards him, you want to further punish him. Esme, we're still, what is it with Esme? Clearly she has anxiety, self-esteem issues. She is very threatened by Trina. In Friday's episode, she decides to confront Trina and tell Trina that discussing Spencer's choice about what he should do with his inheritance is too intimate of a conversation for him to have with a friend. I'm sorry. Was that a sex ed conversation? What? Esme needs some help, okay? And I have a feeling that the best friend she could end up having is Trina if she comes off of her high horse, however she got up on there. But she was clutching her hands so tight in anger or frustration, whatever the hell it was, that there was blood. There is something about you, girl. You Nell 2.0. Cameron and Jocelyn almost consummated their relationship. I hope I said that correctly. They chose not to, and I'm glad. There's no need to rush, and usually those things, it's best to allow it to happen naturally with a sexual relationship, because it always turns out that way when it's like all awkward, like, oh, I'm laying on something. Oof, your hand is too cold. You know, like, just let it happen naturally. And it didn't need to happen in his mother's living room, or, you know, like, no, don't do it. You know, Curtis and Portia, they're all right. They're all right. I mean, they look good. You know, they got this mystery man going around that I really believe is Curtis's father. And if he's doing all this ish, I don't understand it. I'm like, look, if you his daddy, just say that. Like, why are you sitting there being in the shadows and being all cryptic? Where the hell is Stella? Let's return to Cassadine Island. So Nicholas knows, of course, that Victor is alive. Victor was the one who helped Nicholas all those years in his absence. And Victor, of course, is in the custody of the WSB, and he wants to make a deal before he relinquishes any information. So we have Jason and Britt, who have teamed up, and they did run into Sam and Dante. Sam and Dante returned back to Port Charles, and now folks know that they are an item. Maxie says she didn't see it coming, and honey, I mean, I'm with you on that. It is what it is. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. Peter is one slippery son of a bitch. Will he ever be caught? Will he ever be caught? I very much enjoyed Liesl and Britt's reunion. I really love their mother-daughter relationship. I hope to have such a solid relationship with my daughter, but not where she's shooting me in the stomach with a spear fish hook. Is that what it was? Good grief. Liesl on the floor sitting there like, Dante. Then she's still talking about Jason and Britt. Honey, I'm so loving that you are very supportive of your daughter having a wonderful love life. My thing is that Jason chose Carly over Britt. I'm not good with that. And then the main reason to me why he's doing this with Britt, not just because he's Jason and he'll be there to help, but because he's trying to put that distance between him, Sonny, and Carly right now. So yeah, even though he's helping Britt and that's nice and they can reconnect and everything like that, let's not mistake that he's trying to get over the fact that he was about to live his life as the husband of Carly Morgan. She was gonna be Carly Morgan. She was for like 2 seconds. Peter, you are a master of getting away. My goodness, they're never gonna catch this guy. But when I watch his scenes with Britt, especially when he be like, "Dear sister," I be thinking like, you know, one day the energy is going to shift and he's actually going to be in defense and in protective mode over his sister. I wonder what will cause that day to happen. So I just look at them and I be like, I can't wait for the brother and sister dynamic to turn to where they're actually on the same side. Where did he take Liesl to? Did I miss something? Where the hell is Liesl? And for goodness sakes, Drew, have we established whether or not he is still walking around with Jason's memories or his own? Whose life are you living now, sir? And he's still conditioned. Good Lord. I'm so sick of these mind control crap. Please end it. My gosh. Hopefully Jason's whatever Jason figured out about how to end the conditioning truly works. I am sick.
Like, I'm just fed the fuck up. I can't take another minute of this bullshit.
Gladys Corbin, honey, you are one messy ass woman and I'm here for it. Look here. A few weeks back when she was getting her spa day on Brooklyn's dime and Maxie and Brando and Sasha were checking her ass like, you should be at work. What the hell are you doing? And Maxie takes the card and I think something about, what? She says somebody needed to get a DNA test.
Hey, Ma, you apologize to her right now.
Brando is this baby's father, without question, and I do not need a test to prove it.
Yes.
Got it?
Yes, of course. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I'm overwhelmed, which is why I need a spa day.
Gladys be under a lot of stress, okay? She ain't getting the love that she deserves, honey. If somebody would just pay her off, she'd go away until she ran out of money and then she'd be back. Gladys had one up on Brooklyn after Brooklyn unknowingly told the truth. You keep repeating it, it's bound to come out. But that karma came back and hit her really quickly after what she did to Austin. I think that was low. So I was like, yeah. And I'm glad that that Austin went in that room, and when he was telling Valentine what he knew and what Gladys was saying, and was like, you need to take a closer look at Brooklyn. And he was like, look, I don't want nothing. Just knowing that Brooklyn is about to face some ish. Oh, yes. Tell her Austin says hi. I'm totally here for it. But I'm sure he's going to feel bad when he realizes that exposing Brooklyn is going to put Maxie and her child at risk to Peter. Now, whenever I see these scenes and I'm like, okay, I would tell Valentine, I would tell Chase, and I would tell Austin, you have 3 really good stand-up dudes with integrity here who would help you out in this situation. Okay, that would understand where Maxie's coming from. However, the only reason this secret needs to remain a secret is for Brooklyn's sake. Because once Valentine finds out, he can either say, you know what, I'm not signing over any shares because you didn't even keep up your end of the deal. Or he might just say, you know what, good riddance, I don't want nothing to do with y'all, just take it. Hey, it could go either way, but that's the only reason why this needs to stay under wraps. Valentine was very menacing when trying to get Gladys to cough up what she knows, but that Polly did quite a number on her. She got to reunite with Sonny briefly, who wasn't here for her, and Brooklyn with her smug self was like, you really thought he was going to choose you over me? Regardless of this secret that she's keeping, she's right. I mean, why would Sonny choose Gladys over Brooklyn? Also, that episode when Gladys met Polly, now they walk into the Quartermaine home, and Max is like, you sure you want to do this here, have this conversation here? But later on that same day, when Paulie comes in for medical attention, Miss Thing, in the open space of a very public hospital, pays this man money where Austin can see. Really? Okay, Maxie. Another highlight from this week that I absolutely enjoyed is Ava and Scotty. Love their friendship, that he came in there pretending to be drunk just to get the information that he needed out of Ava. And she was just like, oh, you scoundrel. And he's pretty much like, hey, look, I'd be doing the same thing if I was in your position too, Ava. So those are my thoughts on GH from last week. I hope you all agree with some of what I said, but if you don't, if you do, please leave a comment below and let's talk about it. What storyline right now is getting on your last nerve? Or is there a storyline that you're absolutely loving right now that I overlooked? Do you agree with me that Nina is trying to manipulate the situation with Sonny? And what do you think is Esme's true issue? Where do you think she comes from? Please leave all of your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel for more content. And if you're on Instagram, please follow me at Brina Talks a Lot. As always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care.